All right, well, Louisiana, if you've ever been down New Orleans in the middle of the night and imbibing a little too much, you'll probably relate to that song. Anyways, it's a fun song to play, and it's in the key of A, and it's got some cool little bass riffs and things. So it starts with... So, same thing, it's kind of an A over D, but all over A in the bass. So you're playing an A chord, you're borrowing it here, and then just hammering on with, creates kind of a D with an A in the bass. So, then, so just take your little cowboy A minor right here, bring it up to the 5th fret, becomes an A major 7. And this is kind of like a G major 7, but it's got the E in it, so that'd be 6th, yeah. And I'm just sliding the A minor position back and forth, so. And sometimes I'll go, add the A on top. So this is the intro. And that takes us to the top of the verse. So the verse is all basically that same position, the A and the D over A. This morning breaking in all hot and gray. And then I throw some kind of a country kind of thing, or I'll go, or I throw in various riffs here and there, and I do different riffs different times. So it's never really set one thing. Sometimes I don't do any riffs at all. Sometimes I'll just go, woke up this morning breaking in all hot and gray. It's all about the groove. It's really all about the groove. In the right hand, it's a combination of little arpeggios and little brushy strokes. And I'm muting too. I'm muting with the heel of my hand here on the bass strings. Make it funky. So you can just play with that. Just do your own version of that. And that's the whole beginning of the verse. So then the next section is a pre-chorus. And it goes, so now what I'm doing is I'm still in A, obviously, but instead of playing the full A chord by barring, I'm just playing the E and the A and the B and the E, with the A in the bass, of course. So it's like an A major suspension, right? So, walking down Bourbon Street. This is an F sharp minor, but here again, I'm leaving a lot of open strings, and it's creating this. So I'm really not moving. I'm not moving these. That's the core of everything. So it's over A. Now it's the same thing. Over F sharp to D. And here again, it's my D position without the 3rd. So, walking down Bourbon Street with a D half-drunk marching band. Repeat that. Dark-eyed girl from Thibodeau sipping on a one to go in my hand. Same thing 3 times. Thought I got a little crazy, baby. Man, I fit right in. Now, that's the pre-chorus leading to the chorus. And the chorus is A major, B minor, C sharp minor, B minor. But because it's the chorus, instead of going back down here to the lower register, I built myself up to go. Now I got to stay up there. I can't, because it'll be a downer to go back down in terms of registers. So I'll play the A chord with all these open strings. So what I'm doing is I'm barring here with my thumb on the A. I've still got the A on the 5th string open. I've got the B, which is a 9th, and the E, which is part of the chord. So just real pretty. It's just a nice way of playing that, and it gives you a big, kind of a big broad. And I strum it very broadly because it's the top of the chorus. I don't want to be, kind of chicken picking on this. I just want to make it big. And, it's introducing the chorus. Dancing, so it's dancing. If you want to lose it. Here again, back to that minor sus position. This time it's over C sharp, sliding it down to B minor. You're going to find I use those chord inversions a whole bunch. If you want to lose it in Louisiana. And I'm making big, broad strokes, so let the guitar ring. Lose it in Louisiana. If you're going to lose it, go on and lose it in Louisiana. And I do a gliss down to the top of the verse, to the lower inversion of the A. And we're back to the second verse. So I'm going to start at the top of the second verse, and the second verse isn't exactly the same as the first verse. There's a slight variation in it. But I have to play it in context to show you what that is. So after the chorus, we come down to a reintroduction of the intro, which is... And the second verse, nothing left of this broken heart I brought down to New Orleans. Found a riverboat poker chip and some Mardi Gras beads, and a lipstick number on the mirror written under said, call me if you stay in town. Here's where it changes. I got a back home ticket, but I think I'm gonna miss it. Do a little hanging around. So what that is A to an E chord with a G sharp in the bass, to an F sharp minor, to an E chord, a D chord with an E in the bass. All right? So, got a back home ticket, but I think I'm gonna miss it. Do a little hanging around. So, if you're following along, you'll see that I'm using a lot of the same inversions that I use in some of the other songs. So A to E over G sharp, F sharp minor, and now I could play a straight E here. Do a little hanging around, and it's all very major and very up and happy, but that's not as good as... I'm from Philadelphia, what can I tell you? I'll always go to that 4/5. People in Nashville, they used to get on me about it. Oh, you're going to play the 4/5 instead of the 5 chord, right? I said, yes, I am. And it's going to be good, and you're going to like it. So there you go. Back home ticket, but I think I'm going to miss it. Do a little hanging around. And then I add downtown, yeah, which... That's just an extra thing. It's not even on the record. Back home ticket, but I think I'm gonna miss it. Do a little hanging around downtown. Say. Now we're back to a pre-chorus, and this pre-chorus is the same chordally, but not the same melodically. But we don't have to dwell on that. I'll just go through the chords again because that's, dancing down with a half-drunk marching band. So them for A, F sharp minor to D. One in my hand. And here's where it changes vocally. Thought I had a little can't shake heartache, still hanging in. The chords don't change, the melody changes. And we're back to the chorus and the big, broad, open, ringing chords. If you want to lose it in Louisiana. If you're gonna lose it in Louisiana. And this takes us to a reintro, which is used when I'm playing with Guthrie or anybody else or a band. This is the section that I use for solos. And it's just basically... And you can solo all day over this. It's so much fun. It's great soloing over this. You can knock yourself out. I'll be your rhythm guitar player. So that's basically the entire song. And when we get to the end, it's just a lose it in Louisiana. If you're gonna lose it where the saints go marching in. Then it goes back to the pre-chorus. Might have got a little crazy, baby. Man, I fit right in. back to the chorus. A, B minor sus, A minor sus, A, B minor sus, lose it in Louisiana. Now, one thing I did forget, there's a little bridge section that I added. It's not on the record, but I just stumbled upon it. I like the chords, and I'll show you what I'm doing there. And it's kind of a spoken part. It evolved from me playing it live, and I felt like it needed a little something. So I went, dancing down Bourbon. So it's an A major with a, A major 9, B, E, all open strings, dancing down Bourbon. Now we're at the A major 7 again with now this is a D, D major, half chord, half drunk marching band. And now we're at, it's an A, it's kind of like an A7, sharp 9, no, sharp 5, but it's over D. And I just love the chord. So it goes, dancing down Bourbon with a half-drunk marching band. Something about it. And it's cool when it's spoken because it's very poignant. Dancing down Bourbon with a half-drunk marching band. A lot of times I'll just stop and just let that chord ring because it's so cool. Sipping on a one my gun from Thibodeau, sipping on a one to go in my hand. And that's basically the whole song. At the end, we go into a little bit of a kind of a simple bluesy kind of thing, which here again is a nice bed for a solo. And I'll give credit, Guthrie Trapp came up with that. We were looking for an ending for the song, and he wanted something cool to solo over, so we just came up with this. And I'd keep doing this as long as he's on a roll. And then I kind of give him the nod, and we go to the end of the song. There you go.